wrist. It's only going to be a short video just to teach you all the exercises that I do for my wrist to build the strength. And this is really going to be helpful if you're a beginner to yoga, because I know it's one of the most common problems people have when they're doing their downward facing dogs, their planks, if you're trying to advance into your handstands. All these poses, your wrists have to bear a lot of your weight, and if they're not strong enough, or you're causing injury to your wrist, it can really set you back. So yeah, let's get started straight away. So just coming to a comfortable seat. You can be cross-legged, you can be kneeling, you really can be anywhere for this. What we're going to do first is we're going to bring our wrists out in front of us. We're going to bring the thumbs on the inside of the palms and then wrap the fingers around the thumbs. And we're just going to start by making small circles with the wrists. You can take them inwards to start with. And then ideally we're going to be straight at the elbows, but if you start to get a little bit tired, you can start to bend them. Just taking it nice and slow. Just starting to wake the wrists up. You might feel a few clicks. And this is so beneficial, all these exercises to do every day. After a week, 2 weeks, you'll just really start to notice. You'll be able to hold your planks for longer, your side planks will become accessible. And then we're going to turn the other way. Just by taking it nice and slow, really waking up all parts of the wrists and the arm. And we're going to extend the palms this time, keeping the fingertips spread nice and wide, just rotating again. This might be starting to burn by now. I know my wrist is burning quite a lot. And we're going to turn it the opposite way around. Really good. Now I'm going to place both the palms up in front of us. Really engage your palms, press towards in front of you, sorry. Next, exhale, palms face down, this time facing towards you, fingertips towards the mat. Next, inhale, press them towards the sky, fingertips face up. At the same time, I don't want you to forget about all your other alignment in your body. Navel should be drawn in and up towards the spine, shoulders back and down the back. Nice, long, straight line all the way down the back of your body. And then hips and sit bones sinking down towards the earth. Next, exhale, press down. Next, inhale, press up. This time, right hand goes down to face the bottom of the fingertips facing the bottom of the floor. Left stays up. Just going to do this a few rounds, switching one hand down, one hand up. But try to really activate this exercise. Try not to just let the hands flop, let the elbows be floppy. Try to be really strong through the whole of your arm. Like if you can see, I'm engaging the whole of my arm, flexing at the hands. Whereas you can tell the difference, if I'm nice and floppy, I'm still doing the same exercise, but it's really not going to benefit your wrist as much as if you really activate. A few more rounds. This time they're going to go out to the side, so we're just going to turn the arms inwards. And then in. It's like you're opening a gate. I know it might be burning through your arm right now. It's all going to be worth it. Exhale, release the palms to the mat, shoulders back and down. Next, inhale, rise the arms all the way to the ceiling. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Inhale deeply once more. Exhale, bend to one side, then drop the right hand down to the mat. Stretch the left arm over the tops of your head. Next, exhale, draw a circle with your arm. This time, place the left hand on the mat. Inhale, right arm draws over the tops of your head. Stretching through the right side of your body. Right knee planted on the mat. Exhale, draw that half circle. Just waking up the backs of our body. So we all sat down for quite a while, so you may start to notice that you're slouching down. Anytime this happens, I'll show you. Just grabbing a pillow or coming to your knees and just placing that pillow at the backs of your sit bones, just allowing you to sit a bit taller. Again, coming to your knees, sitting nice and tall. Okay, we'll carry on now. We're going to extend the right arm out in front of you. And then we're going to press the fingertips down towards the mat. Again, really activate that right arm. I'll come and show you what it looks like from the side. So you're just really pulling those fingertips back with the left hand. You start to feel a little stretch down the length of your right arm. Just a few more moments here. Again, sitting nice and tall. Next, exhale, just releasing the palms slightly. Do a few rotations with that hand. And this time we're going to extend the left arm out in front of you, placing the right hand just on the where your fingers are, and then pressing those fingers down towards the ground. And just allowing for that nice stretch down the length of your left arm this time. Exhale, release. Just rotating that palm a few times at the wrist. This time extending them out long. We're going to flex the hands towards the ceiling this time. Really, I'll come show you from the side again. You really want to draw those fingers back. Extend that arm out in front of you. Really drawing them back. You're getting a nice stretch in the fingers as well. Exhale, release. Opposite side this time. Left arm out in front of you. Right fingers draw the right palm back. Really flexing your whole arm at the wrist. Trying to keep that arm nice and straight. Few more breaths here. And exhale, release a few circles through both palms. Really good. Inhale, I want you to draw the right arm up and over by the ear. And then gently, we're just going to bring it into a little bit of a neck stretch as well. Gently allowing for the head to drop towards the right side of the room. And then we're going to extend the left arm out to the side of the room. And then everyone is really different in this stretch. So I want you to just slowly start walking the left hand back or forward, up or down, just until you find that nice sweet spot where you can really benefit from that nice stretch down your arm. You'll really know when you've found it. And then maybe just closing your eyes, just really enjoying the stretch. Inhale, draw that hand up and place it down on the floor. This time, inhale, left arm up and over by the ear. And then gently just allowing the head to tilt over towards the left side of the room. And extending the right palm just until you find that spot where you've got a really lovely stretch down the length of your arm. Again, you can close your eyes. A few more moments here. And exhale, release the hands down to the mat. Gently allow the neck. We're just going to do a few half circles with our neck. Just be nice and gentle. Great, and we'll take it back to our wrist again. So again, we're going to extend the right arm out in front of us. This time I want you to flex the hand down. And we're going to bring the left hand, we're just going to bring the index finger towards us. So really flex that hand down, fingertips facing towards the mat. But with the left hand this time, we're just going to focus on the index finger and drawing that index finger back. Again, I'll show you from the side. So we're just drawing the index finger back here. Exhale, release, take it to your middle finger. Just drawing that finger really towards you. Just starting to notice that stretch in your hand. It's quite, I don't know what the word is, maybe it's a little bit uncomfortable, I guess, if you've never done it before. It's a new kind of sensation. And then release, go to your ring finger. Again, at the same time, trying to flex it, that hand still. Try not to lose the integrity through your arm. So release that one, pinky finger, sorry. And release and come to the thumb. It's a nice stretch. Exhale, release. Just circling that hand. We'll go straight to the opposite side, so this time left arm out. We'll come to the index finger first again, flex that hand down, and then pulling that index finger towards you with your right hand. Exhale, release, middle finger. Exhale, release, ring finger. And release, pinky finger. Release and take it over to the thumb. And release, well done, shake the hands up. Perfect, and we're going to bring the hands all the way to prayer position. Instead of them straight at the heart, we're going to bring them a little bit further out in front of us. And like we did at the start, where we started to rotate the palms down and inwards, we're going to do this, but keeping the palms together. The only things, you should try to keep the wrists together as much as we can, and we're going to turn as we go down. The tops of the hands face one another. And then we come back around for the palms to come together. So just taking it nice and slowly. Can be quite relaxing as well, just to watch the hands and the fingertips meet and then part. We're going to take it inwards this time, so bringing the hands towards you first. Well done, shake the hands out. We're going to actually do a little bit of self-massage on the hand now. So I don't know if you can see me from here, but basically what I'm going to do is bring my left hand just underneath the right hand, so the fingertips are just feeling the muscles of the right fingers. And then we're going to bring the left thumb just onto the right palm. And then you're going to press the palm with your left fingers and your left thumb. And then making sure that your the left palm is really secure under the right hand. We're going to press that thumb into the right hand. So pressing the left thumb, firstly just between the right thumb and the right index finger, just in a line. You might start to feel it release a few tensions. Then I'm going to start to walk it along. So now it's going to be just between the right index finger and right middle finger. And then taking it along between the two next fingers to index or ring finger. And then finally, between the index and pinky. It should feel quite nice, just a little bit of self-massage. And shake that hand out. We're going to do it on the opposite side now. So this time, right hand comes underneath the left, and right thumb placed on top in the palm. I'm going to start to draw a long line with the right thumb between the right thumb and the right index finger. Just starting to notice any tension. We do tend to neglect our hands and our wrists and don't tend to stretch them. So just by bringing our attention back to these areas can really help not only relieve the tension in the hands, move it between the index finger and the middle finger. It starts to relieve tensions running up all the way up our arms, and it connects to our shoulders. Really help the rest of our body. Move it between the middle and the ring finger. And then finally, ring finger and pinky finger. Exhale, shake the hands out. We're going to come to tabletop now, so wherever you are. You're going to make sure that your hands are about shoulder distance apart, knees are about hip distance apart, directly below the hips, and then your hands are directly below the shoulders. Next, inhale. I want you to start to shift the weight a little bit forward over the wrists. And then exhale. Sink the hips back into a little quick child's pose. Inhale. Shift the weight to tabletop. Then shift the weight forward over the wrists. Exhale. Child's pose. We're going to do this for a few rounds. I really want you to take the weight over the wrists. You maybe start to feel it in the wrist. Just building the strength. Next, inhale, tabletop. Then weight over the wrists. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale. Weight over the wrists. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, back to the center. This time, keeping the left hand nice and secure where it is. We're going to turn the right palm, right hand inwards towards you, so the fingertips are facing towards your knees. And then we're going to flex at that hand and start to shift the weight back as if we were going into child's pose. Start to shift the hips back towards the heels, but keeping that right palm on the mat. Feel a stretch down the length of your right arm. Really feel it. Really try to connect all your fingertips down to the mat. A few more moments here. And then inhale back to the center, gently turning that hand back towards the front of your room. Really good. This time, bringing the left palm to the fingertips face towards you. And then pressing, flexing through that arm, straightening through the elbow of your left hand. Inhale deeply. And then as we exhale, shifting our weight back towards the heels and keeping that palm, the left palm, flat on the mat. Same with the right hand, they both should be nice and flat. And feeling that stretch for the left arm. And just take it easy, try not to overdo it here. Quite an intense stretch. Few more moments here. The next inhale, just allowing the weight to come back to our tabletop and turning that wrist over. Well done. Bring the knees as wide as your mats. Sink the hips down to the heels and extend the arms out in front of you. Forehead can be released down to the mat. Or if you have a little bit more space, I just want you to bring the chin down to the mat so you can look forward between the hands and sinking the chest towards the earth. If your hip or if your head is forehead is placed on the ground, they are both okay. But what I want you to do now is just watch what I do with my hands. We're going to walk up so that we're just on the tops of our fingertips. And really pressing those fingers towards one each other. We want to stretch these parts of our fingers, just the very tops. And then as we do this, sink the chest down towards the earth. Exhale, release the palms. Next, inhale up onto your fingertips. Exhale, release the palms. Inhale, fingertips. Exhale, release the palms. Last time, inhale, fingertips. Exhale, release the palms and walk yourself back to your tabletop. And then come up back around to a seated position. So we're just coming to our very last stretch of the class. It's actually another self-massage, but with the forearm. So we're going to bring the left fingertips just under the right arm, and then with the left thumb, just gently massaging the right hand. Just pressing that thumb all the way down the length of your arm. And you might want to do the same with the left fingertips, just pressing it into the muscle, into the bone of your right arm, all the way down. You can do this for as long as you want. Just for the sake of the video, I'll speed it up a little bit. Let's go ahead and do it on the opposite side. So this time, left arm is out. We're bringing the right hand underneath you with the right thumb and on the opposite side of your arm. Just gently working your way down your arm, pressing that thumb and those fingertips into the arm. A little bit of self-massage. And then maybe with your fingertips, you can dig into the sides of your arm, just where the bone and the fascia is. And just maybe a little bit more intensely, just rubbing those fingertips down the length of your arm, just easing out any tension we've built. Well done. When we're done, I did say that was the last one, but I've just remembered of something else that's really good. And what I want you to do with your left hand is wrap it really tightly around your right wrist. Wrap it as tight as you can. And then we're going to start to take deep circles with the right hand. Just start to notice a little more stretch towards the right thumb and index finger, especially when your hand is facing down or to the sides of the room. And switch it to the opposite side. See, I'm starting to feel a few more clicks through my arm. And then release, shake that hand out. Again, you can take that for as long as you want. The more you do, the better. So we're going to wrap our right hand around our left wrist this time, nice and tight, as much as you can. And then taking those circles with the left hand. And the opposite way. Well done. Release those hands, just shake them out. Okay, so that's it for the wrist exercises that I know, which really help build the strength and then help you prevent injury, because it's so important to look after your wrists in the majority of yoga poses where the weight is on our hands and our arms. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you.